All right. Here we go. We're back again with another reaction segment of the battle between Corey Holcomb and Anton Daniels. Now, last week I posted the previous video between the two where they basically were discussing topics, okay, about voting, et cetera, and how it escalated to something heated but yet almost physical. But I like the way Anton Daniels handled himself in the heat of the altercation. But that did not separate the fact that when he came on to Studio 5150, that during the whole discussion between the two, that he used uh, his sum of debate, weaponizing the beliefs of Corey Holcomb about voting, about black rights, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's obvious that Anton Daniels is a Christian and that he's a Republican. Um, I've listened to some of the things that he stated based on, how blacks are ignorant and I got to disagree with that because here's the thing, not everybody has what came up from a well upbringing. Some people were homeless. Some people came from broken homes. And so what I'm looking at, Corey Holcomb can relate to that. But what I'm saying, some people came from broken homes and on the streets and drugs and were institutionalized and come out to be entrepreneurs or doctors and lawyers, this sort of thing. So the upbringing is different. Corey Holcomb, on the hand, was basically trying to explain this, but Anton Daniels, showing a sign of arrogance, basically used it as a weaponry to go against Corey Holcomb. But look, I'm going to play this clip here, and I'm going to state basically what Corey Holcomb did. Now, I don't agree with this because this has nothing to do between the two, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen.
You ugly ass boy. You brag on having no children out of wedlock. You got a picture of his daughter?
Let me try to fix this real quick. But anyway, he basically just talked about his daughter. Like, why would you talk about a man's daughter? Why would you do that? Like, I don't get that. What does she have to do with anything? But I'm going to try this again, and we're going to play this. So, guys, listen. And he says it himself. This guy even admits that he's a dirtbag. Let's go. Let's go.
You ugly ass boy. You brag on having no children out of wedlock. You got a picture of his daughter? I'm a dirtbag. You got a picture of his daughter?
That nigga got a picture.
This motherfucker brag on not having no children out of wedlock. What happened, D? It crashed.
The Holcomb incident. Now,
that's the broad.
I was told.
Y'all can get the broad off. That's his daughter. This man said he ain't got no children out of wedlock. Nigga.
That's Cool Mo daughter.
That's who?
Not Cool Mo D, Cool Mo daughter.
That's the air up there, nigga. Look, nigga, let me tell you something.
Now, why would you do that? Look, these are two grown men talking about Anton Daniels' daughter. Now, bear in mind, this young lady, she seems bright. Her future's bright. Innocent baby. I think she's about 17. She academically inclined, even in sports, whatever she does, she excels. She over excels. So for Corey Holcomb to basically make statements about this man's daughter, I think is totally off the line. It's out of line. It's disrespectful and rude. He even mentioned about his wife. So resources basically say that the young lady heard this, the 17-year-old daughter heard this. So now she's concerned about her safety in the school. And sources report that Anton Daniels, I guess, went to the court to file charges against them. I don't know if it went through. I don't know, but my thing is also too that whatever you basically put on the internet, it becomes, and you use that source. So I don't know any information, but what my issue is to put your mouth on an innocent baby, 17 years old, innocent baby. She's done no harm to anyone, and we know Corey Holcomb is a comedian. He even, like I said, he even mentioned the stuff that he's a dirtbag. But to put your mouth on this innocent baby, look at her. She's innocent. It's not her fault. Totally harmless, blameless. And we as people are, especially proud parents, look at our children as an investment and a way to the future. And Corey Holcomb just basically, out of plain ignorance, still inside his feelings, trying to get at Anton Daniels by using his daughter. And to me, this is rude. This is out of line. I think it's disrespectful, and it says a lot about this man's character. Now, I did take up for Corey Holcomb in this matter because, there were some statements that were made by Anton about ignorant black people, how people don't vote, and all these things. So it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But I'm going to keep going though with this.
Don't make no more kids, nigga. That bitch gonna be buying pussy like you after a while. If you don't know, nigga, don't ever brag on no motherfucking what you ain't got. Don't nobody want no kids with you, nigga. Don't nobody want no kids with you. Your prime years, you was a scammer, nigga. You was doing scams. Now that you older and found a way to manipulate, get dude off the screen. Get dude.
Now look at this innocent baby. How dare you? How dare you talk about this innocent baby? She had nothing to do with any of this that's going on between you guys. I think that in any altercation, it's supposed to be between the two. It should not have to affect the family or the innocent. This, I like to look at it. What if, okay, a situation like this where she's not able to handle confrontation or insults. Some people you have to really consider, especially young children, because they're so fragile. So you definitely want to protect their interests. A lot of kids that come up from broken homes end up committing suicide, end up committing crimes in jail and going to jail. You hear stories about children in school being bullied and taking it out of the whole school because these things hurt. So the main thing is that we definitely have to look after our children and these sort of things. So you can imagine the young lady when she heard this, how she felt, and so what made Anton Daniels take action against Corey Holcomb. But I don't know. Again, I don't know how that went out. But I just think that was the low blow. I think that was what a way to cop out when it comes to talking about a man's family. I don't care what his interaction with other people were or between the two. I just think that it was just kind of a low blow, a sign of disrespect. It was distasteful to put your mouth on a man's family. I give, whatever happened. There should have been a way where it could have been squashed, but to put your mouth on an innocent baby, it's pointless. I really don't. I really don't condone that. I'm totally against it. I don't care what people's beliefs are when it comes to politics. I don't care what, how people feel, how they come up, and things like that. But to put your mouth on this innocent baby, that was just the wrong way to go, Mr. Holcomb. I got to tell you, that was kind of a low blow. You gave me second thoughts about that. I don't care what kind of altercations you and Anton Daniels had, but to put your mouth on this baby. You don't know what this kid is going through in school. You don't know what she's battling against in her own personal life. You have to look at these things. So now, if this thing is spread abroad on the internet, this baby, you have to really consider the fact that anything can happen. You don't know what Anton Daniels went when he had found out that this happened. He didn't come home to this. So it puts a lot of stress on the family. You just don't know. You have to consider all these little things. was to put your mouth on this innocent baby. She was harmless. You should have took another route instead of talking about somebody else's child. How dare you? How dare you, Corey, to put your mouth on somebody else's child? You talk about me, fine. But to put your mouth on this innocent baby, don't do that. Now, I get his job. He's a comedian. He's an entertainer. But you really have to be sensitive about these kids. You have to be. You really have to be sensitive. And I understand kids supposed to grow up and can take it, but come on. Look at this sweet little lady. She smiled she's innocent. I don't care. You hear different stories about kids committing suicide because they feel out of place. If they're feeling alone, they feel like they don't fit in. You have to consider these things, especially for these kids. That was Mr. Holcomb. That was just a low blow to this man's family. Whatever you and Anton had to deal with, you all should have dealt with that on your own. I'm going to keep going, and I'm going to elaborate a little more, and we'll let this go.
Put off the screen, man. Who the fuck is that, nigga? This motherfucker cat. I'm the captain now. Look at it. Hey, look.
It's just not good. My thing is, I'm just, in a way, it kind of rubs me the wrong way. You know what I mean? About these kids. I also listened to Craig, how he made his little comments about Kumor's daughter. Come on, man. Now, don't do that. Kumor's daughter? Come on. She don't even know who that is. I don't say too much about Miss Ortiz because she was kind of, but all jokes aside, this thing is serious. Y'all don't know what her reaction could have been, and it probably could have been careless, but I just think that you should have took a better approach than what you did. Anyway, people, let me know what you think about this, and again, please subscribe to the channel. I need your support. I will feel very appreciated that you did. Until then, guys, take care of yourselves and each other, and remember, peace.